What's up, everybody? This is your Monday market update. I'm going to be telling you what's happening over the next few days. On Friday, we're actually going to get PCE data, which is the preferred inflation number that the Fed looks at to make their decisions. And again, that's the personal consumption expenditures price index. That's a word salad. It's a measure of inflation in the United States that tracks price of goods and services purchased by consumers. So it is actually the preferred method that the Fed looks at. And it is something that if it comes in lighter, it's going to be a signal to the Fed that it's time to start cutting the Fed fund rate. We anticipate that happening in September. There's a good growing likelihood that it might even happen in August. And what they have said is when they feel like they have inflation in line, they are going to cut 200 basis points out of the Fed fund rate. We need to remember that's not cutting mortgage rates by 2%. That is the Fed fund rate. There is a correlation, but not a direct correlation between the Fed fund rate and mortgage rates. But what it will signal is that they feel like they have inflation where they want it to be, and it's time to start cutting rates so they don't affect the economy too much and put it into a free fall. So once they start that, like I said, they are going to cut 200 basis points out of the Fed fund rate, or 2%. And what that will do is it will start showing the mortgage rate market that it's time to recover. And what we think that we will see is that we're going to be in a declining rate environment when they start to do that. What that means for you, if you're a buyer, is that if you're in a declining rate environment and you're a first-time home buyer and you're having to put minimal down because that's all you can come to with to the table with, this is actually a negative thing for you. So if you're a first-time home buyer that's going to be using an FHA loan, a USDA loan, 100% financing VA loan, now is the time for you to get under contract and purchase something, because we are seeing sellers oftentimes allowing for seller paid closing costs in some sort of way, and or seller paid concessions towards realtor commission, which is going to be a big thing in August. So keep an eye on this data. Keep an eye on things that are going on. I'm going to keep you up to date on it. But a declining rate environment with where inventory is in the real estate market would be a negative to first-time home buyers, because it will create more of a seller's market. It is something that is inevitable unless we have a large increase in inventory in the real estate market, which is not super likely. So if you are a first-time home buyer, the time is now. The time is now to go look at homes and get under contract, get pre-approved, because things are going to get more complicated as people figure things out after the NAR lawsuit in August. And also with a declining rate environment and a lack of inventory, it is going to make things more complicated for you as a first-time home buyer. So if you've got any questions about this, reach out to me, reach out to one of the loan officers here at Legendary Mortgage. And don't forget, be legendary. Stay tuned for more info.